Okay, this is Unit 1, Quiz 1, Mr. Wellman's Grade 12 Online College Physics. Question 1. Question 1 asks, could you could easily travel 600 kilometers on a full tank of gas. This is an example of, and since there is no direction means that it is a scalar, and that rules out position, that rules out displacement, and that rules out velocity because they are all scalars. Since this is not a rate, it rules out speed because speed is a rate, which leaves us with distance being your answer to that question. Question number 2. Question number 2 says, or asks, an egg takes 5 minutes to cook on a stove. 5 minutes is the same time as, well, the trick to this one is, remember, that's 60 seconds in 1 minute. So you have 5 minutes times 60 seconds per minute. Watch very closely with the units here. My units will divide out here, leave me with 5 times 60, which is 300 seconds. So the answer here is D, 300. Question number 3. Question number 3 states all the following are examples of units for measurement of speed except. Well, speed is a rate. It's the change in distance divided by change in time. So that's equal to distance divided by time, which means that you've got to have a distant unit on top. So that could be meters, that could be kilometers, that could be feet if we're dealing with the old units, that could be centimeters. All these are distance units. Okay. On the bottom you could have seconds, you could have hours, you could have minutes. These are all types of time units. So the one that doesn't fit here is C, because instead of having a distance unit on top, it has a time unit on top. So the answer is C. Okay, question number 4. Question number 4 says that 2 friends walk to the local movie theater. They travel 4 kilometers north and realize they passed the theater and have to turn around, and they travel 1 kilometer south. Now, this is a vector problem because it's dealing with direction. One handy thing to do with direction is make one way positive, one way negative. Here I've made north positive. You don't have to. You can do it the other way around, but it's always wise to make sure one way is positive, one way is negative. So I've got 4 kilometers north. Well, under my little system here, that's going to be plus 4 kilometers. I have 1 kilometer south. Well, under my system, that's going to be minus 1 kilometer. You add them together, because this is what the people have done all day. 4 kilometers plus negative 1 kilometer equals 3 kilometers. Well, positive 3 kilometers equals 3 kilometers north under this system. So your answer is going to be C, 3 kilometers north. Okay, next question. Question number 5. A cheetah runs 100 meters north, then 250 meters south, all in 10 seconds. What is the cheetah's average speed? So they give us 2 displacements, 100 meters north, 100 meters, 250 meters south. Speed is a scalar. Okay, so as much as they gave us the directions, because they want to know the cheetah's speed and not its velocity, we don't have to worry about direction. So in this case, all you have to do is sum up the distance traveled. So that's going to be 100 meters plus 250 meters for a total distance of 350 meters. As we have from this triangle, speed is equal to your change in distance divided by your change in time, which is going to be 350 meters divided by 10 seconds, gives me for a total of 35 meters per second. So your answer is E. Okay? 35 meters per second. Because they did not care about direction, because they wanted to know speed and not velocity. Okay. Question number 6. If a car is traveling with an average velocity of 100 kilometers per hour south, and its total displacement is 50 kilometers south, how long was it traveling for? Okay, start with our triangle here. Okay, remember this triangle, and when it comes time to doing your exam, I'm going to give you an aid sheet, and these triangles are going to be on the aid sheet. Okay, so what we have here is displacement on top, velocity, and time on the bottom. I am looking for, well, what is what I'm looking for? If a car is traveling with an average velocity, so we're given velocity, total displacement, we're given displacement, what we're looking for is time. Okay? So time is going to equal to displacement divided by velocity. So this is going to be my displacement divided by my velocity, which is going to be 50 kilometers south divided by 100 kilometers per hour south. Well, look at our units. The direction units disappear. I'm left with 50 divided by 100, so the numbers are 0.5. The kilometer and kilometer will divide out. Now I'm left with 0.5, 1 over hour. Well, this is a fraction. And when you divide by a fraction, you invert and multiply. So that's the same as 0.5 hour. Okay? So that makes it answer B, 0.5 hour. Number 7. A race car travels at 153 kilometers south and then turns around and travels 100 kilometers north. So again, make one way positive, one way negative. I made north positive here, so 100 kilometers north will equal plus 100 kilometers. Okay? 153 kilometers south will equal minus 153 kilometers. Add them together. Plus 100 kilometers plus minus 153 kilometers equals minus 53 kilometers, or 53 kilometers south, because south was negative right here. Okay, so right here it is answer C, 53 kilometers south. Okay, number 8. William is at his friend's house, 45 kilometers north of his home in Toronto. This sentence states that Williams. Okay, this sentence states Williams. Okay, so give us direction. Okay, and direction is a vector property. So we're dealing with a vector. So that means it's not distance, because distance is a scalar. It's not speed, because speed is a scalar. It's not time, So we're left with displacement and we're left with position. Now, displacement is equal to the change in position. Okay? This is not saying how my position changes, it just says this is my position. So what you're looking for with a statement like that is position. Its position is 45 kilometers north. It hasn't gone anywhere, that's just where he is. Okay? Number 9. Okay? A certain trip took 3 hours. What additional information do you need to find the average speed? Okay? Again, triangle. Make sure you know this triangle. Speed is equal to distance divided by time. Your total distance divided by time if you want the average speed. Okay? If you want the average speed. I have time. Okay? And I want to find speed. Okay? So what I'm going to need to figure out speed, I'm going to have to know what my total distance traveled is. So what I would need to solve for that is my distance. And the last question on the quiz was a certain trip took 2 hours. What additional information do you need to find the average velocity? Again, triangle. Okay. We know that velocity is equal to displacement, which is your change in position, divided by time. They gave us time, so I'm not looking for that. That was given. Okay, I want to figure out the velocity, so this time I'm going to need to know my displacement. And what displacement is my change in my position. So I have to know how my position has changed over time. So what the answer there is B, displacement. Okay, so that is quiz number 1. Most people did pretty well. Some people, yeah, not so much, but don't worry about it. You're going to learn. I'm going to be basing a lot of your mark on how you do at the end of the course. You're going to learn all this stuff. Keep trying. Make sure you do the lessons. Don't skip over and go right to the quizzes. Keep working. I want to take up the second quiz soon. So make sure you finish your lessons and complete your quizzes. If you have trouble, do not hesitate to send me emails to ask me questions, especially about specific questions. Okay? I hope to hear from people, and I hope to see people's quiz number 2 finished in good order. Okay? Good luck. Keep working.